Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Christina Demores. We'll get to your top 4 at 4 in just a moment, but first, a look at your commuter traffic and weather. 22 News Storm Team Meteorologist Brian Lapis is here with us this afternoon. Brian, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
Yeah, really no problems getting into work in terms of traffic today, right?
No, absolutely not. It's pretty clear.
We are awaiting the arrival of some snow that could complicate matters for the evening commute, but so far, so good.
That's good to hear.
Here we go. Look at that. All green. That's a pretty good indication that there are no major problems in terms of traffic here in the Pioneer Valley. But again, plan accordingly. There will be a little bit of light snow here as we move toward the evening commute. Let's take a look at temperatures, shall we, and show you what's happening here. 34 in Northampton, 32 in Westfield, 33 in Springfield and Greenfield. This is also helpful because temperatures are at or above freezing, at least in these urban areas, and that will help road treatments work as the snow arrives. We are a little bit cooler in the Berkshires, but still a couple of spots that are above freezing. Let's take a look at the arrival of this snow. There it is, a little bit of light snow working its way in. So there's going to be two phases to this. The first phase here, and then eventually all of this here off to the west will roll in here as well. So we're going to be dealing with some snow and maybe a little bit of freezing rain and freezing drizzle through about midnight tonight. In fact, there is a winter weather advisory in effect for this kind of interesting jigsaw puzzle of areas. Franklin County, Berkshire County, Western Hampden County. The winter weather advisory is in effect for you. Bottom line, there will be some slushy travel this evening. We'll track it and let you know what it means for tomorrow's weather with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
All right, thanks, Brian. We have an update now in the search for Today's Show anchor Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. The FBI has released doorbell camera footage from Nancy Guthrie's front door to the public, showing a masked man wearing a backpack, leather gloves, and a zip-up sweatshirt. In the video, the suspect is seen searching the doorway's exterior the morning of Guthrie's disappearance, grabbing a plant and tampering with the camera. FBI Director Kash Patel says the footage was previously inaccessible, but was recovered this morning. In Holyoke, over 100 bags of narcotics were recovered in a drug bust in the Southsea Park area on Friday. For the past several weeks, Holyoke detectives have been investigating the illegal distribution of narcotics in and around Southsea Park. On Friday morning, detectives and task force officers observed suspected drug deals in that area, detaining 3 subjects suspected of distributing the drugs. A total of $1,200 in cash and 122 bags of suspected heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, and crack cocaine were recovered. The 3 subjects were placed under arrest on several charges, including possession with the intent to distribute and conspiracy to violate drug law. Smithfield Packaged Meats facility in Springfield is closing its doors at the end of the summer. According to the Massachusetts Fiscal Alliance, this closure is set to eliminate nearly 200 jobs. The company cited changed business requirements in its filing, but the closure comes amid rising energy costs and increasing tax burdens. They say production is set to be transferred to other Smithfield facilities. The vice president of the company told 22 News that they will be providing transition support for any employees in need. The facility is set to close in August. After a 2024 state ballot mandate that passed with 72% voter support, U.S. Republican Senate candidate John Deaton has filed a lawsuit to force an audit of the legislator. Deaton says that not abiding by the will of Bay State voters is an unlawful use of public money. He's also pushing for financial interventions, calling for the federal government to suspend, quote, non-essential, non-emergency, discretionary, administrative, and capital funding to Massachusetts. State leaders say the ballot-approved mandate is unconstitutional, leading to the auditor's inability to examine the legislator's finance thus far. All right, let's get another check of today's weather. Brian Lapis is here. Brian, we have some snow coming, and you said a little bit of ice, too. I thought I heard that.
Yeah,
okay.
There could be a little glazing in the Western Hampden County and the Southern Berkshires here a little bit later on tonight. Okay. It shouldn't be a major problem, but anytime we get a little ice, it could be a problem.
It's always a nuisance. Yeah.
So, with that said, let's reiterate what we were just talking about. Winter weather advisory in effect 6 o'clock tonight until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Western Hampden, all of Berkshire and all of Franklin County. So again, this will not be enough to make roads impassable, but it will be enough to slow you down if you have evening errands. Plan accordingly. Let's take a look. I think we can take a look at this. Let's take a look at, there we go, our clouds and radar once again. So a little wave of snow is arriving as we speak, and then there's more of this snow and a little bit of mixed precipitation off to our west. Our 22 News Storm Team Skycast shows at 5 o'clock here this afternoon. One wave of this snow moving through. Another wave arrives after 7 o'clock. There it is, 9 o'clock tonight, some snow falling. And again, there could be a little bit of freezing drizzle and freezing rain in southern Berkshire County and western Hamden County. But most, if not all of this, is done by midnight. Some clouds around, and we're dry for the morning commute here tomorrow, which bodes well for school running on time and decent traffic conditions for the morning commute. But keep an eye on it because there could be a couple of school systems that may delay here tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock, sunshine and then a few clouds mixing in during the early afternoon hours. It's going to be a breezy day here tomorrow, and there could be a few scattered flurries. We'll update our snow situation and what's happening for the rest of the week on 22 News starting at 5.
Now to the latest headlines from the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympic Games. Vermont's very own Ben Ogden made a podium finish today. Ogden won the silver medal in the men's cross-country skiing sprint classic. This second-place finish comes after he advanced to the final as one of the lucky losers in the semifinals. And he finished less than 1 second behind the gold medalist from Norway. Ogden's silver is the first for Team USA in the sprint classic event, and only the second time ever by an American man in cross-country skiing. Standing atop the medal podium is a dream come true for any Olympic athlete, but this year's Winter Olympic organizers are issuing an apology after the anti-slip surface of the medal podium at the Milan ice skating arena caused some minor damage to athletes' ice skates. Team Japan has launched a formal complaint about the incident, and in response, organizers say they're replacing the podium surface, offering free blade sharpening services, and giving the U.S. and Japanese skating teams an extra practice session. Lindsey Vohn's father is speaking out after his daughter's injury during her Olympic run over the weekend. In an interview, Vohn's father said she's 41 years old and that there will be no more ski races for Lindsey Vonn as long as he has anything to say about it. Vohn raced the downhill despite tearing the ACL in her left knee 9 days earlier in a separate crash. Her father added that Vohn will not return to the Winter Olympics to cheer on teammates or for anything else. Now for a look at what we're working on for 22 News starting at 5. A locally famous turkey in Northampton was controversially relocated to Huntington. The woman responsible shares her side of the story. It's been a very cold and snowy winter for us in western Massachusetts. Find out how it compares to our averages. And multiple cars disabled on I-91 over the weekend. What happened and what to do if it happens to you.
Speaking of, I-91 is running along just fine as we check out traffic here as we approach the evening commute. So far, so good here, and then the Pike is also looking pretty good. Keep in mind that there is going to be some snow here for at least the front end of the evening commute, so give yourself a little bit of extra time and plan on maybe a little snow coating on roads and limited visibility. We'll track our snow potential for the rest of the night tonight on 22 News at 5.
All right, thank you, Brian. And thank you for joining us this afternoon for 22 News at 4. Join us on TV tonight starting at 5. And you can get all your local news and weather updates anytime on wwlp.com and the 22 News mobile app.